Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons back with some more bug fables, the Fug of the Babel. And we're here in the Golden Settlement because Acolyte Aria had a request for us and we're going to make good on that. You came, I'm very grateful.
It was our pleasure, Acolyte. You look well. What seems to be the issue?
I'll be brief to not waste your time. I'm planning on giving the goddess an incredible offering.
An offering? Like a lot of berries?
Goddesses don't need money, then it's a bunch of food. That is correct.
It is? Seriously?
I wish to give her a banquet worthy of one as great as she is. I've prepared several dishes, that I have, but I'm missing something grand.
What sort of dish are you looking for?
It's hard to say. Something I cannot simply buy would be excellent. We could ask Fry, Cuttle, or Quisby to make something. Their specialty, perhaps. I've heard the Chef Fry has been planning his masterpiece. The goddess would be overjoyed to taste something that divine.
So, you think she'll give us something for it?
Of course. Venice is generous, kind, and loving. If you make her happy, she will reward you. You know, when you're good to Mama, Mama's good to you. Like, in Chicago? Fairly sure it's Chicago. Might be Cabaret. It's one of the C musicals, either way. I've not seen either one, but still.
Fry's masterpiece? We'll do our best to get it for you, Aria, except...
No, we won't. We already have it, but shush. You have my thanks, Team Snakemouth. I'll be waiting here for you. Let's make sure to make one for us too, Kabu. No. It's worth your while in the long run to do that, certainly, but, not right now. Not until we have slightly easier access to the ingredients. Bearing in mind, you need everything to make the Crispy Donut, you need the Tangy Berry for the Tangy Carpaccio, and then you need to combine the two, and it's a massive faff. Great healing items for late game. Not super worthwhile right now?
So?
Yes, I can tell that this dish is something worthy of giving to Venus.
Nice, so we just have to deliver it to her, right?
Indeed. We must venture to the top of the hills and deliver it to her. You go on ahead. I shall catch up in a bit.
Alright, see you at the top. I won't ask any follow-up questions whatsoever.
So, yeah, let's go and do that. And my random thought for the day, as we're unterwegs, which is German for on the way, is that the Welsh word for belt sort of sounds like if you asked an AI to generate a name for like a medium-sized coastal English town, which is to say Gregis, which it's giving Bognor Regis, but it wasn't sure how to start the word.
What a beautiful golden paradise! I love coming here after the festival. Mitochondria!
That's where this voice is going. You're basically Penelope.
If only she had been able to see it too.
It's truly something. Here on a pilgrimage.
Oh, explorers! What a wonderful surprise! I am indeed! Aren't these violet leaves just amazing? This whole area is so full of beauty, yet it's still dangerous. Please be careful as you take in the sights.
Thank you, miss. Be safe as well.
I'd rather end safe, because I'm not a bee.
It seems Venus has granted this cricket access to the hills. Cricket, then! I'm sorry!
So it's not only by winning offerings?
What could Venus's criteria be? Probably just that they're cute. Or something arbitrary like that. I mean, we know her unusual whimsical whims.
Goddess Venus! Hiya! Vi, Kabu, long time no see. I'm especially glad not to get spooked by you, Leaf.
Sorry. We can't help it.
Goddess, I have brought you a humble offering with the help of these brave explorers. Please enjoy it to your heart's content, so that our village may be blessed for just a bit longer. Just a bit. I know you're very busy, you probably want to just call the whole thing off, but can you at least push it until Thursday?
Aria, do shut up.
Aria, you know the festival's more than enough. But thank you, I can tell it's going to be wonderful. Let's share, shall we? Oh, myself. Awesome! Can earthly ingredients reach this flavor?
Well, clearly they did. We're gonna have to hunt for more tangy berries. It was beyond my expectations. Thank you so much for sharing with me, Goddess.
It was nothing. I've never had a picnic. I'm feeling overjoyed. Team Snakemouth, you're getting a healing discount from yours truly. Only 5 berries now. That should have been a regular... It was our honor.
It was worth it as soon as we tasted that dish. Please take this medal too as a token of my gratitude. Very tempting. Not tempting enough, but very tempting. I think once we get late game and I have more medal points that I know what to do with, I might throw that on someone.
I'm so relieved you enjoyed the offering.
I sure am glad I don't constantly monitor everyone. It would have ruined the surprise. Come back again, yes? You're most pleasant company. Nearly dipped into Rolf from Ed, Edd n Eddy for a second there. Anytime. So, yep, this is another deadly daily ding-dong double, like with Mun and Eofi, where technically that had 2 prizes as well. Well, this has 2 prizes in the form of the medal, and also, yeah, a not even 50% discount on healing. But yes, in perpetuity, it now costs 5 berries rather than 8 to heal with Venus. So that's cool and comparatively useful. And you might think, oh hey, Tess, you've done everything you set out to do, so now we can finally get on with the story, right? Right? Slightly more pleadingly, right? No. There is one more thing I want to do in this general vicinity, and technically, this has been open to us ever since we got out of the factory, because it requires Leaf to be able to use the bubble shield, and just walk off here, and whoops, there was a cave here the entire time. So, yep. There's Venus up there, so we're in good hands. There's a chomper there, and there's a big chomper there. And I would rather like to add you to our... Well, screw you too! I suppose I'm going to have to remove Bug Me Not, so that we can add that to our spy cards deck. And, okay, I'll put Bug Me Not back on to deal with you, because we've already seen those. Like, you know, the first room of the desert that you reach if you come from the Golden Settlement side, there's one of these in there, so we already have them on our spy cards deck, but we definitely don't have one of those hefty children. You know, pictured here, a hefty child. I'm sorry, did that just go through you? Okay, so, what the Sid Hoffman, Sid Frenchman are we dealing with here? Well, first of all, we'll turn relay to Leaf, but yes. Tell me your secrets, I cannot guarantee I'll keep them safe. Chomper Brute. Chompers are cute when they're small. This one's lost. This one's lost a lot of the charm. We'd best freeze it up before it spawns too many reinforcements. Yeah, not much to add there. I think typically people wait until Upper Snakemouth before taking this area on, specifically because of Ice Rain. Because of course, being plant, grass type, if you will, these entities are weak to ice magic, so having an attack that I pressed X because I'm a fool, and Leaf's frustration animation purely captivates, conveys my own self-frustration. I feel like a fool, and I fool like a feel. But yes, typically people wait until they have Ice Rain, which I've had a very close friend of mine do a bit of background research, and despite what I was saying, it turns out that actually, as far as I can tell, and we will address this later on when it becomes relevant again, but Upper Snakemouth, despite my expectations, is actually never required. Like, you need it for 100%, obviously, but you never actually have to go there for plot purposes. Like, the game will never wall you. It will never say you cannot progress the plot until you've been to Upper Snakemouth. So, technically... Ooh, that's a big berry. Technically, it's completely optional, and Ice Rain is a completely optional skill. It just so happens to be incredibly useful here. Because, I mean, we've got a mini dungeon here with a secret item that, okay, maybe it was better that we did put things off because we can't come in here without Kabu's digging ability. What even is going on over there with that stabity blah? Anyway, so yeah, Ice Rain, optional, very useful. I mean, at this point, I won't even patronize you. There's an optional boss coming up, because it's a mini-dungeon. Of course, there's gonna be a boss involved. And as you might be able to guess, it's gonna be Chomper-themed. Now, I remember this puzzle quite clearly for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's just a fun little novelty that we need to freeze a block on top of a block, but also, as I recall, they do get very easily misaligned, so it's so easy to solve the puzzle and then still have the puzzle unsolve itself, so not really a fan of that. Can we live? Bad. This shouldn't be hard, it's just put the thing on the thing, walk it over, everything's fine. But alas, the physics are at least somewhat jank. No! No! Perspective, please! Why? Why is this puzzle giving me hell? It's not difficult. It's just a little bit awkward and a little bit magazine. Please! So it seems like the trick to it is, much like with the pumpkins in Skyward Sword, you know the minigame I mean, you have to take time out of your route to bonk them back into alignment if e'er they become misaligned. So that's fun to deal with. Really hurting from that whole adding 7 empty slots into the loot table thing with the Bug Me Not badge, just because... Oh, by the way, shortcut back to the entrance because... I think this is the end of the mini-dungeon? And if so, this is a lot shorter than I remember it being. Anyway, I think it's probably worth it just to have my Boinguses re-healed. Just, my TP, that's it. I want to go in full, just in case. But you know what? I'll take you up on that offer to wag some chins, not necessarily our own. And also to take advantage of the discount in action, by the way. Anyway, yes, let's talk. I understand that you have your reasons, but did you really have to... Did you really have to come wreak havoc here? You know something that we don't. Anyway, I'll have Leaf in the lead because, as I've said, expect a mini-boss, and it's plant type, it's the bread type. You know, we need to fight Gym Manager Karen. Okay. So, Gym Manager Karen, tell us about yourself. You're a chomper, you're the mother chomper. What an incredible appetite this monster has. We can respect that. Of course you can, Leaf, you're all about the food. Our ice magic should prove effective in stalling the smaller ones. Then we can take her down. Which seems a bit aggressive, but go off, King. Okay, so Ice Rain, as I understand it, kind of breaks this a little bit because that's 4, that's 8, that's 12, and that's... Okay, I was hoping to clock in 16 points of damage on the big one, but, you know, we'll make do. Because I vaguely recall this being oddly challenging, all things considered, and I kind of don't want to wipe out all of the little ones because then it's just going to spawn more, but... Okay, so is that you using your turn? Are you done? Okay, that's one thing that I really hate about chompers. They either attack sooner than you think, or they will wait an attack and a half before actually attacking. And that annoys me to no end because I need to spam ice and you are preventing me? And I am going to take you to Municipal Court. And I just realized I should have swapped Leaf out the lead so I could get an attack buff, and I didn't. And I'm just too busy being upset that Leaf is a sleef. Well, okay, you're awake now and everything's fine. And I super blocked. But you healed and everything's sad forever. Let's try another Ice Rain. Hopefully fail a bit less. So another 4, another 8, another 12, and another 16. I suppose if you're really tactful about it, you can probably arrange it so that both fore and aft there get attacked by the attackies, but... I really am just speaking nonsense today. Admittedly, I've been somewhat underschwumped by the fact that this whole dungeon is a lot shorter than I remember it being, and we'll give Leaf a Succulent Berry because I don't want you to be incapacitated. What are you doing? Okay, fine. Oh, Yellow Arrow. Never a fan of that. Aye. Yes, Yellow Arrow means that, yeah, you have 2 attack turns now instead of just 1. Yay. And I'm guessing you're not as susceptible to being frozen as you should be. Because much like with the Zommoth, you'd think, you know, being plant-based, you should... Oh. Never in my life have I unironically said okrr before, and yet here we are. You'd think it would also be weak to the thing that its smaller versions are weak to, i.e. freezing, because it's weak to ice, and yet here we are. I'm gonna tap your cherry. Bonk. That was unfairly satisfying. I have no words for that. That was perhaps, I mean, I've not watched other people fighting these bosses online to, I have not done this in over, like, a year and a half, maybe 2 years at this point, because that was my first playthrough, but just, that feels like the silliest win ever. Anyway, so we killed the Mother Chomper, matricide, hooray, and our prize is, a thing. We got a thing, it looks like a thing. But, maybe a scientist would know what to do with it. We just don't know. Anyway, Fadus, do you have anything else to add? Yeah, so you're just going to say the same thing. Okay, that's fine. And I would cut away, but I feel it prudent to show the expected way of getting out from there is just... Like, the game doesn't expect you to drop down from above, it expects you to sort of bubble shield across from here, because you might recall from all that time ago there's a sign there that says, don't cross the spike pit, and it turns out that that's why. So, I will meet you somewhere where we know there's scientists. Yes, of course, the Bee Kingdom, which honestly, it shouldn't surprise you that I came back here anyway, because we do have quite a bit of business to deal with here, but not the BOSS program this time. Let's see, where are we looking? Ooh, a ribbon. I wonder how much that costs. 50 berries. You can find my house. But just keep in mind that that's there. That might be a useful thing to remember. Anyway, Glass's room. This is... You know I said before to remember that bell jar? Well, this is why.
Oh, that's... You must show it to the professor right away.
Oh good, my throat will thank me.
Ah, Hawk is back. Wonderful. He said you helped him.
Yeah, do we get a reward?
No way, you already have my stolen prototype and you want more? Ugh.
Come on, V. Helping is its own reward. Yeah, I've heard it before.
So ungrateful. I actually do have something for you. As long as you're willing to gather some more data for me, take this.
We got the ADBP Enhancer Medal. That sounds useful, actually. I forgot this existed.
More data stuff is so boring.
Just be grateful I let you keep the prototype until now. Get out before I lose my patience. Wait, what's that?
What?
That, hand it over.
The chomper seed, in case we'll give you a bad book.
As I thought, that's a chomper seed.
Indeed, it was left behind by a Mother Chomper.
Fascinating.
Fascinating!
You know how uncommon it is for these seeds to not bloom immediately? Hawk! Come here, quick!
Have I heard correctly? You actually found an unhatched chomper seed.
Indeed, with this, maybe. Yes, maybe we can make it work.
What? What will work?
Shut it and watch, come here. I've been preparing this for years. In front of you, you see what I call a chomper VAT.
That's just a huge chunk of glass.
Ash, this place is just a compact environment where chompers thrive. With this, we can plant that seed right here in the lab.
So, you wish for a pet chomper?
Pet, I don't have time for that. This is science.
If we can somehow study how the chompers are born and their lifestyles outside of chomping bugs, it would help us understand them more and maybe even pacify them in the future.
Sure, I don't really get how, though. Is it worth it?
Just get them to stop attacking travelers is a huge boon to bugdom.
We can't study them without great risks, but here we can observe them easily.
We do find chompers cute. Here's hoping this works.
That's what I like to hear. It's the moment of truth.
Strange strotching and squashing of models in the background and...
Success! It lives!
Oh,
it lives!
Cutie.
Impressive.
This chomper looks a bit different, though, doesn't it? Comma! You need a comma there.
My guess is that this is... You said that you got this seed from a mother chomper?
Yep, it was super big, super strong, Mama Chomper.
I can only assume that this small one was supposed to be the next in line for that position. You fucked up an ecosystem, are you proud of yourselves?
Chompers do have a weird hierarchy system, but it isn't too far apart from how us bugs do it. They have their mother, we have our queen.
Maybe it's because she's still young, but she seems very peaceful.
I suppose there is some sort of imprinting in this chomper too. Doesn't seem like it will turn violent. You brought the seed here, would you like to name it?
Really? Can we?
It's only fair. We owe this incredible specimen to you.
I'm bad with names anyways. Go on, name it.
Chompy is the default name. I love that you're randomly letting me use hiragana and katakana and hangul as well. Cool. And also symbols and more kana. I should have been thinking about this more than I have been. I've not been thinking about it at all. And, I mean, V, Cubbo, and Leaf are using their canonical names, so I may as well keep the canonical name. It's Chompy. I imagine you can probably change it at your convenience, but still.
Very well. Now I have another favour to ask you.
You're gonna have to start paying.
This task is the payment. I want you to go out in the field with this chomper and gather data on their behaviours.
How's that a reward? You want us to babysit a dangerous monster?
Don't call it a monster.
She seems to have taken a liking to you three and should be mostly harmless. Maybe if she lives alongside bugs, she could grow up to become a peaceful mother chomper.
We don't even care if you don't agree, V. We're doing it. It's too cute to leave here.
Fine, I guess it is a bit cute.
Isn't it? I cannot wait to share stories with it.
It's settled. Come on over and take her out for a walk when you can. Just bring her back into the VAT whenever as well.
Count on us, Professor. We will ensure a bright future for this chomper whose mother we murdered in cold blood.
Treat Chompy carefully. It's quickly earned my love. So, yeah. Fourth party member. With some but not no fanfare, and, yeah. I have nothing else to add to the discussion. It's just fourth party member who doesn't really speak. Anyway, the big reason why we're here, V, you should probably go in first. Jaune, we have news for you.
Can you two wait here? Or, you three, I guess?
Are you sure you don't need backup?
We've got your back.
It's okay. I think I gotta do it myself. Just wait a bit.
Me? I didn't expect you to come back. Seems I wasn't clear enough during our last exchange.
You've hurt me deeply. I'm busy, and someone uncaring like you. Mother of all bees. That's super premium golden settlement red paint. You've got a gun to rub your riches in my face? Nope, just gonna leave it here. I'm sorry, Jaune. I hope your painting comes out good. I'll get going now.
Wait just one moment.
Yeah?
Red paint is off-season and hugely requested as it is. I know you didn't just walk into a store for it. Why make an effort after I've got it shouted at you?
I would have done it faster if you'd been nice and asked. Oh. I am sorry I said you draw like a weevil and the other stuff. You weren't believing me, so I had to go everywhere for the darn paint. Really? But if I can say something, you were mean to me too. I had dreams and you stomped all over them. I'm doing great. I've gone to many places and beat up huge monsters. If you had any faith in me, I could have done it sooner. I was quite inconsiderate, wasn't I? My little sister. Please forgive me. Only if you forgive me back. Let's settle then. Welcome home. Jaune! I missed you. But I felt if I let things slide, it wouldn't be right. I don't want to be a jerk, but I didn't miss the hive at all. I did miss you just a little bit. Could you step out with your friends for a few minutes? There's something I've got to finish. And that I want to show you. Oh, okay. I'll go tell them.
Are you okay?
Yep. Let's go back in whenever.
That's a relief. Let's meet your sister properly, then. Chomp chomp from the back of the row.
Welcome. It's good to see you all again.
Yes.
Please.
Let us leave last time behind us.
What's the thing you were finishing? The Queen's present? Not at all. This one will make her painting look dull. I've had this project for a long time, but not the heart to finish it. I'm grateful I get to show it to you. Stop hyping it up! I want to see it! Oh, what a great audience. Get ready.
It's giving Tumblr fan art.
I call this a barn thicker than honey. Oh, its beauty moves you to tears. Jaune. Oh, you're really the best artist in the hive. And you, its best explorer. Let's not fight again, all right? Never.
And with even less fanfare than with Chompy, much like with Leaf's request, this is V's request, and we get a skill for it in battle, which honestly is probably better to have a lot sooner than this, but hey, you know.
Hey, V, I am a bit rusty, a bit busy with the Queen's gift, but if you want, you can all rest it.
Sure.
Just make sure to knock anything over.
I don't know why I said rusty, she's clearly busy, and did I spy something purple and dubious out of the left-hand corner of my face holes? Yes, my left nostril noticed this bad book, and with that, we have all of the bad books. But let's hang fire a minute on delivering those, because we do have more business here. I want to say it's in the factory, and I'm going to look like an absolute fool if I'm wrong about that. Now, looking at how long I've been recording, it feels like I should end the episode, but no, we're in the hive. We may as well check in with, well, I believe it's Malby, who said that, hey, you know, come and deal with stuff. And it is worth our while to do so as well. So we'll just take the tram to the far end of the situation and, nope, it's not that way at all whatsoever. More fool me for thinking Malby would be where we found her during Chapter 3. No, if memory serves, she should be in the thingy office where the people are. You know, the thingy office where the people are.
Oh, V, you've come back.
This might pay well, so...
The robot things are having issues, yes?
Indeed, the Code 32 incident caused plenty of trouble and I had to fix all of them. The menders are durable and reliable, but some of them went haywire despite my efforts. I don't have time to look for all of them, so I need you to go in my stead.
We're not qualified engineers, so, how do we fix the menders?
Easy, just whack them until the system resets.
What? Percussive maintenance? What about their feelings?
Kabu, machines don't have feelings.
And if they do?
They don't indeed. Just go and reset them no matter how many whacks it takes. There should be 3 of them around the processing areas of the factory. You better have reward ready. Let's move, team.
And now we head over this way, and it won't be you, will it? And I'm gonna start at the end and work my way backwards because it just makes more sense that way. We don't have to, you know, we don't have to solve puzzles to move backwards. But surely, yes, you look problematic. Okay, we have to talk to you, fine.
Critical error, critical error.
And we have to fight them. And unknown defense, I think that just means you have to hit them 5 times. But since we're here, we can add them to our spy cards deck.
This poor creature, its wails of distress reach me to the core.
Honestly, Kabu, same.
Maybe I should relay to let Vi and Leaf deal with this.
Now, I don't have the exact details on hand, but I'm pretty sure that the spy cards for the Mender spy card is useless and you should not use it under any circumstances. But in an early beta build of the game, they were actually incredibly useful and broken in a bad way. So now they've gone completely the opposite direction and they're functionally useless. Anyway, Chompy in battle can do one thing and one thing only, and that's attack. And that's how that works.
Reading data. 3 bugs detected as very hostile. Asking for pity. Error. Pity directory no longer exists. Please check data integrity.
Oh, do shut up. It pains me enough as it is.
So yeah, I forget exactly. I'll have the information on the screen. And actually, while I'm talking about spy cards,
Mender reset complete.
I don't remember if I mentioned this in the moment, but the Mother Chomper that we fought in this episode is actually the Butterfly Ari's sort of ace in the hole card from, you know, when we were doing the Card Masters of Bulgaria, that whole quest. Yeah, the boss card that she was using that I sort of had spoiled out is the Mother Chomper, and we hadn't seen it yet, and now we have, so if we ever fight her again for whatever reason, I will be able to show it freely this time. Oh, a leaf. Useful in case we go and do various recipe-related things. Now, I don't actually remember offhand where all of the menders are, so this may be a little bit of faff, or perhaps a little bit of shush, which has a story appended to it that I don't much appreciate. Namely... Oh yes, we found one right away. Cool and good.
Critical error, critical error.
So, I remember there being an advert in, like, the 2000s. This might have been, like, early 2010s, for no reason other than it feels like it was getting on a bit, like, past the prime of its relevance. But I remember there being an advert for Oh, also, it's perfectly obscured by the fact that she only has 2 options, but Chompy can also do nothing if you don't want an attack when the rest of the team is gone, because Chompy cannot be relayed to and cannot turn relay. She always goes after the main trio, no matter how you slice it. Anyway, so
Reading data, V-bugs detected.
yeah, we've had this already. They don't actually attack back, which is somewhat cathartic. It was these, like, I think Americans call them perler beads, which I don't know how you actually spell that, but whatever. These, like, beads where you put them together in a configuration, and then you spray them with water, and then that sort of makes them naturally adhere to each other, and you can sort of make, like, pixel art with them and stuff. And I just specifically remember, like, I'd seen them anyway in my life, but the first time I saw an advert for them was some 10 years after they were relevant, and all I remember is the advert being like, something, and then all they need is a little bit of shush, or just shush, and it's bad and annoying, and I don't enjoy this advert, because you're ending a sentence in such a way that uses a term that objectively is not defined, like, oh, well, you could infer from context that it's defined by, we're saying a bit of shush, but we mean a spritz of water, and that's obvious from context clues. But no, I disagree. You're making a random noise and pretending it has meaning, and I'm going to play my linguistic prescriptivism card here, and y'all can deal. Anyway. Oh, it wasn't even in a side room, it was just here and I somehow completely missed it. Well, fine. This is the 3rd of 3, and then we can all go home and have bread and jam. In that order! I will not let you have jam first, nor at the same time. You must have the bread first, otherwise the milk will win. And that's what happens if you press the wrong button, because I was too busy thinking about bread and jam.
Subject found. Violate. Error. Data is corrupted. Reset required. Repeat. Resetting required. Please call Malby for repairs.
I'm assuming that they have different dialogue depending on how much HP they have left, which is just a guess from me, but yeah, I was sort of too busy thinking about bread and jam, and I pressed Z instead of X, and everything was sad for the rest of forever, and we are so close to our next level, and we're not there, and everything's awkward. Anyway, that's all of them. A bit disappointingly easy, they didn't even fight back. Poor things.
Easy money, still money. Let's go get that reward.
Yeah, I'm with Kabu on this one, and I know I shouldn't be. Like, I'm not usually one to acknowledge my own humanity because, I'm a furry, I prefer being addressed as such, I don't like humans, but humanity at large, we do need to recognize that, we cannot treat AI the way we treat sapient creatures because that will be weaponized against us in the end. You need to be comfortable with tipping over the robot dog before it turns into the robot dog bomb. Anyway, Malby and the other one whose name I never bother memorizing, we did the thing. We beat up your creatures.
You fixed them, haven't you? My radar's confirmed it.
It was emotionally draining. The Menders were made to fight, only to do simple tasks. Thank you. HP's inventions have been going way out of control recently.
Well, I must congratulate you, V. I really want you to come back and work for us.
In your dreams. Exploring's right where I belong.
Regardless of my bias, it's good to see you've found your calling. You found this. Thanks for helping us again. A power exchange medal. I believe we can buy another one of those from Shady's or Shades, the Crystalberry badge medal shop. But it's not my sort of thing.
Wow, this one's really rare.
It'll be really nice. It would really be nice to have you back with us, V, but I know you'd hate it. Good luck on your adventures.
Thanks, Chief.
Well, we're out. Stay safe. And yep, that is about time for me to say that I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons. And just before I completely sign off, I do want to declare something that I did during the cut when I was on my way to the Bee Kingdom, and that is, on my way back from the Chomper Cave before getting here, I did pop into the shop in Golden Settlement and pick up this bottle of Effie. My reasons for doing so will become apparent in the next episode, so yeah, I've already outroed, so see you then for that.